The date is currently April 18th, 2018, and tomorrow we're going to find that a temporary festival that's currently live for Guild Wars 2 for me as I record will be going away, that being the Super Adventure Box. So, to go in tandem with my little demonstration of it before in my main playthrough series demonstrating Guild Wars 2 and all the good stuff within it, I decided why not do a proper playthrough of the SAB. So, as I record this, it's April 18th. By the time you guys watch this video, it won't be. It will be well off in the future, and the SAB will be disabled again for another year. But right here, I got my coffee. I'm ready to go. We are going to sit through and play through the entire thing, showing it all off. All the secrets, all the hidden areas. Is going to be great, guys. So if you aren't aware entirely what this is, I think this trailer probably speaks volumes.
Come on. Almost. Finally, yeah!
Victory is ours!
Whoa, Whitlock Brimstone!
Now, the journey continues with the Super Adventure Box. Travel through a strange world of great danger and mesmerizing beauty.
Awesome graphics!
You'll need lightning reflexes, nerves of steel,
Stop the graphics!
and the heart of a warrior. Farewell, the fate of Tyria is in your hands. Live the saga of Guild Wars 2 on your Super Adventure Box from ArenaNet. Your parents hope you will get up.
Okay, so, loads of NPCs just came out of the box, and they're going on a run around the city now. That's kind of hilarious. So, yes, this is a game within a game, guys. This is the Asura standing here, this character here called Moto, or Ratasum, has created this invention, this big machine, that when we walk inside, it will teleport us away from Tyria, away from Guild Wars altogether, and we will instead be in his educational virtual reality game, if you will. And so we can speak to him. He says, there's no better time than the Super Adventure Box Festival to celebrate the Super Adventure Box. Your new adventure waits inside the box. And we can say, has anything changed in there since last time we played? He says, I have had a very brief moment to squash a few bugs and add small bits of polish, but your experience in the box will be better than ever. So we say, thanks, Moto. And, yeah, that's it, really. There's tons of loot that you can get, MMO rewards and stuff, which I don't care about so much, as showing you guys this off. So, what you're going to find is when we go in here, our user interface changes. There's no way to actually disable the minimap on the bottom right of this game. However, when we're inside, the minimap will be gone. Our skills will be gone. Our weapons will be gone. Everything will change and be based around, essentially, a completely different experience. So, let's do it. Portal to the Adventure Box. Lord Vanquish has kidnapped the princess. You must save her. Warning, purchased, and all other types of buffs will be lost upon entering. I'm ready. So we go on in. And immediately you can see things look a little bit different. We get this black loading screen here with these weird characters. It says the Super Adventure Box. This actually is New Crichton, though, and that actually says loading in New Crichton, because Moto, the Asura, invented this for Tyrians, who largely speak and write in New Crichton at the moment. So all the text we find in here will actually be New Crichton related, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we're inside. The music changes. Listen to this, guys. This is how good this sounds. And we find ourselves in a strange, magical hub world that is still a part of the MMO. So these are other players running around and jumping and having fun and playing. And you can, of course, do this multiplayer. But if I press M to look at the world map, you'll notice it looks completely different now, all right? And we are here in the hub. So the hub is kind of like you'd find in many different action platforming games, where essentially all the levels spiral off of this hub world. And the hub itself is a little bit of a level too. So yeah, I'll show you guys what this looks like. As we go forward, I've got so much trivia and different things to show off and talk to you guys about, starting with this machine here. So it used to be when Super Adventure Box was first added, that you could actually interact with this, all the lights flashing here, and it would open the gate to allow you to get inside. And to get inside, you'd have to spend a coin. Continue coins? But that side of the game, that aspect, is kind of removed now. And so you don't have to worry so much about it. There are still coins, though. You can, like, look underneath the coin, and I think it has, like, some special text on it. I think it says Super Adventure Box Admit 1 or something. I'll throw an image on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so it's kind of obviously a reference to being a bit like an arcade machine. We got to spend our tokens to get on in. And yeah, we can move on in. This is the hub itself. It's all very happy and lovely and pixel arty and very different. Obviously, our character looks the same. And we can change our outfit and stuff and our gear, but we don't have the same weapons anymore. We don't get our backpack, and generally speaking, we'll be interacting with much more pixel-related things. So here's a parade of super adventure creatures, all different characters that we'll find in the levels as we play through. And indeed, throughout these videos in this mini bonus series I'm doing here, guys, it might take a while, but eventually you will find the banana. You will find the Yogi Bear and all this other good stuff as it charges on by. So yeah, you got those. And what you'll notice here is in the center first we have this fountain. The fountain looks very cool. There's lots of little coins in there with Moto's face on them, the creator of the box. There's the little frogs here. We can actually interact and toss a bauble into the fountain. So here on my user interface, you'll see it says 000 and then it's got a blue icon. This is baubles. Baubles are the pickups and the currencies to do with the Super Adventure Box while you're in the Super Adventure Box. And as you earn these in the Super Adventure Box, you can actually take them out and into the real world. So if we had any, we could toss a bauble in there, and I think what it would do is it would spray some confetti or something up in the sky for us. Yeah, like that. I think that's a player who's throwing a bauble in by doing that. So, yeah, you get that. There are a ton of players running around right now. And then you'll notice from this little green field here, we have 4 buildings. You've got, well, they're not all buildings. So this is an exit back to Ratasum, as you can see, and you can see it there. It's actually got a really nice effect on the lighting back there. Like, if you actually look in different angles, you can see different areas of the city. Kind of cool. So that's the way back out. But here you got this area here. It says with a 1 hung up on a sign there. This is World 1 inside this. So World 1 and lots of different levels and zones for us to play there. Once we beat World 1, we can come over to this place, which is World 2. And right now, I can't actually enter World 2, interestingly enough. If I walk up to it, I don't get a prompt because I've not beaten World 1 yet. But we managed to do everything over there. We get World 2. And then the idea would be that after that, you get to go to World 3 in this house. And then finally, the final world over here, World 4. Each world containing multiple levels. Now, one of the most notorious things about Guild Wars 2 and the Super Adventure Box right now is that the devs did incredible implementing loads of stuff, but these 2 houses, this content is not in the game yet. And last we heard was a quote about 2 years ago from the devs saying that they just don't have time to work on it at the moment, / perhaps even ever. So who knows when or if we'll ever get these. If they do arrive, it will probably be in some kind of big sneaky surprise update. Because the entire Super Adventure Box itself was actually initially added to this game as an April Fool's joke, believe it or not. And that's always been something quite fun to look at. And each year when April Fool's comes around, the Super Adventure Box comes back, and everybody wonders whether the new worlds are going to be added or not. So there you have it. Just before we go into the world, I will show you some extra stuff, though. This year, 2018, they do continue doing smaller updates. There was a race added to the box, so you can speak to this little hedgehog here. Totally a reference to Sonic, by the way. Oh, I fell off the cliff there. And believe me, there's a lot of references. We'll go through this. This is totally a reference to Sonic. He's got, like, little blue shoes. You can see that he's wearing down there. And he says, the race has begun. You can start if you're quick. So players of the most recent expansion will be familiar with this. Basically, we're a little bit late coming to this race here. It's already been in progress for a few minutes. But basically, we run through all these checkpoints, and we're racing against the other players. So we've got to jump onto this tree, and we managed to get onto it here. We're to get through all of these checkpoints, and this will have us exploring all of the hub world, which is actually a lot bigger than you might expect. The hub only exists to meet other players, to party up with them, and then get into the real levels themselves, right? But as with all good action platformers, they will hide things here. So there is, the race will basically take us on a tour. Quite a lot that you can do via exploration. So hold on. Oh no, I fell really far. Okay, that's terrible. We're going to jump off here. So if we fall to our... There's no fall damage in the Super Adventure Box. Let me just be clear. There's no full damage, but there are pits that you can fall down, like abysses, like that one you just saw I fell down, which will kill you. And I don't actually know whether you lose lives while you're in the hub. Like, we've got 1 life here. Well, I think you start with 1 life, and I just lost. Maybe I lost it there, or maybe you don't lose lives for jumping off in the hub. But anyway, that's kind of the way that it works. You will be kicked back to the most recent checkpoint in that situation. Oh, I'm going to the wrong place here that we want to jump on top of this tree anyway. We don't want to keep going up. You just saw a message broadcast to me as well in the center of the screen that someone has beaten the race now. The race actually ends here at this doorway. And because everyone else has already been racing for 5 minutes now, and we're, you know, I think the race started basically right as this video began, and we were just chatting and showing other things off. So all the other players are way ahead. We're probably in last place here, guys. You don't have to worry too much about us actually doing well here. In fact, I probably won't even finish the full thing. I just want to show you where it ultimately ends up taking us when we get these clouds here. So yeah, you climb around on the trees. The whole thing is about jumping. Guild Wars 2, obviously, I think we're out of sequence a little bit here. What's the next one? One of the things that people always loved about Guild Wars 2 and really sort of took the MMO to new heights and everybody really, really appreciated were the jumping puzzles that were added to the game as you explore the world. Like, almost every map in the open world has a big jumping puzzle that you can do that takes you to special, exciting new areas. And so when the Super Adventure Box released, it was kind of like the devs writing a love letter to all of the players who enjoyed that experience in this MMO. Because the entire thing is based on all these cool little bits of platforming. So here, check it out. We end up in the race actually finding a sneaky hole in the wall down quite low. And you realize that under the hub, we actually have this big cave here. Which is super fantastic. 2 minutes till the race ends, by the way. Oh, no, and I missed the jump. So there's this big watery cave. And if you look very carefully, let's see if we can climb back out. I don't actually know how. Maybe we've got to go this way. If you look on the underside of the ceiling here, once I get out of this pit, I'll show you. You can actually see it's like the exact reverse of the land we saw above. Look at that. This is the fountain here. It's very, very, very strange. So, yeah, let's keep going. And the race takes us in here. We've got to jump on these water flumes here. And you'll be seeing plenty of these later as the series goes along. This is like basically a big sneaky extra thing here. So we grab that. We get a speed boost. We jump through here. And the race actually takes us into the center now. Bouncing on this mushroom. And into the sky. So, yeah, you can even climb around up here. All these clouds are real clouds you can walk on. And the race, we're definitely not going to finish in time because it ends in 50 seconds, right, guys? So hopefully people aren't too sad about that. I've had other videos where I've done it. But here, you can check it out. There's these cannons up in the sky here. The race wants us to go on this one. The final thing I want to show you is something they added newly in 2018. Again, this is all just like a big secret area, really. There are flag posts that you can run around up here and like try and grab each one. Let's grab this checkpoint here. Make this jump. No, I failed the jump. That's so bad. Oh, give me a second, guys. I'm going to have to cut. I can't believe I missed that jump up. Oh, this is going to be so bad. We're going to be doing this constantly in this series. Never. By the way, I'll just make a note here while I'm editing. The music you hear in the background, this is new Super Adventure Box music composed purely in 2018 just for this race. It's kind of nice. I'll let you guys listen to it. All right, there you go. The race is finished while we were back down here. And we won some baubles for that. So brilliant. We got 16 baubles that we can now throw into the fountain. What exactly we'll do with those will become clear later. But yeah, I want to go back up into the clouds and show you the thing. So give me a second. All right, there we go. I made the jump. Okay, back up onto the cloud. See, this is the last jump, and I failed it. So over here, hidden on this cloud, this is some new stuff from 2018. Hidden on this cloud is a little honeycomb thing that you'll notice we can actually walk into, and it transforms us into a totally different creature here, known as a bee dog. So bee dogs are fun creatures that we'll interact with as we're in the SAB. I believe one of the devs, Byron Miller, I think, on a stream once, explained that this is kind of a reference to a Simpsons moment where Homer is asking Mr. Burns about whether he's going to get attacked with bees or the hounds, and basically this creature is a reference to that, essentially. But yeah, so we get to fly around as a bee as well. That's kind of like one of your rewards, and as a part of the race, you then have to, fly around and get a ton more checkpoints all over the place without flying too close to the sun or going too high or too low, and eventually it ends right back at the entrance of the hub. But there you go, guys. So that is the Super Adventure Box hub. It's pretty cool, right? And yeah, this is where we will frequently return to whenever we are looking to... So let's stop being a bee now. They've got some great animations as well, by the way, where you like drag your bum across the floor and stuff. We are going to be coming back here every now and then, but for now, let's actually start the adventure itself. So Lord Vanquish has kidnapped the princess. You must save her. Good classic Super Mario sounding story here. Let's enter. So, on a technical level, if you guys want a bit of trivia as to how this works, these are actually technically dungeons. So, when we went through this door here, we kind of technically entered a dungeon. We could be in a party of 5, and we could all go jumping around together. But now that we're here, just like in explorable dungeons in the regular areas of the MMO, you get to choose which path you want to do. We get to do that here now as well. So, we can choose from 3 difficulty modes. First of all, you've got this one here. Did you know that you can play Super Adventure Box in infantile mode and have an easier time? Is that something you need? And so infantile mode is like an extremely basic, extremely easy version of the game that I'm not sure whether I'll do a full playthrough for you guys. But we say, no, how dare you? There's that. Then there's normal mode, which I'd recommend everybody does. So we can choose to play normal mode. And we have Zone 1 unlocked. That's the only zone we've got so far. We need more time to decide. And if I had a party of 5 people, we'd all be able to vote on this together right now, right? Well, finally, there's Tribulation Mode. If you want the ultimate challenge and enjoy painful frustration, you can play Super Adventure Box in Tribulation Mode. Is that your sort of thing? This hard mode is ridiculous. It's like extreme... trolly, douchebaggery, instant kills everywhere. I want to be the guy, super challenging, difficult version of the SAB that I absolutely love, but only recommend people play once they've done a normal mode playthrough first of all. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's play on normal, and we are going to go through all the zones that are currently available. So let's do it. Zone 1. So we get the opening cutscene. The princess says, "Thank you so much for coming to my picnic." Oh no! The princess belongs to me now. You can never have her back. And then Moto, the creator, says, "Did you see that? We must rescue the princess. Here, take this pointy stick. Good luck with your quest." We must not give up, we say. Our super adventure begins. Our time is now. And here we go. Oh, man. There's something so special about this because you only get to do it so rarely during the year. So we start our journey in a sunny glade, confident that we will find her, the princess, that being. And so here you can see a representation of all the levels that we will eventually be able to go to as we climb into the clouds. I love this image, by the way, and it's the world map too, as you can see here. It reminds me of an old PlayStation game I loved called Pandemonium. I don't know if anybody played that, but the level select in that game was very similar to this as you climbed further into the clouds and you moved along. So yeah, this is the hub world, and world 1 is here. Then, sorry, zone 1 is here. Then there's zone 2, and as you can see, you can sort of guess as to what the levels are going to be like as we progress. We go underground, and we go on and on and on until finally the final boss is up there. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we start the adventure. Check it out. This is our picnic. So a couple of things immediately. First of all, we get our first weapon. A big part of Super Adventure Box is upgrading our weapon, and so here we begin with the pointy stick. So this here we can use to slap away creatures that might offend us, such as, oh, I don't know, this bunny over here. So a cute little harmless bunny. It's not going to attack us. It's not going to do anything mean, but we're going to attack it with our stick. And in 2 hits, it's going to die. So sorry, Mr. Bunny there. But yeah, so we get the stick, and as we continue to go along, we will be able to upgrade various things. Later, we get to turn this stick into nunchuck, for example. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. This is also like a chain attack, so you poke, and then you swing, and then you slap or something. So it's a little bit like in the regular game, Guild Wars 2, where you get the chains, where the autos roll into other variants. But yeah, generally, we're going to slap people with a stick, okay? The picnic itself as well is also teaching us some stuff. So you see these floating objects? We got this drumstick. We have an apple, or is this supposed to be a cherry? I'm going to go apple. We have cheese, and then we have, I don't know what the thing in the middle is actually supposed to be, noodles maybe or something. As we walk into these, we actually collect them, and they count as health for us. So, check it out. Looking back down here, we got baubles, and we have 16 for doing the race in the hub. That's cool. We have a single life, so we've got to be careful not to die. And then we have health. So we have 3 hearts. This means we can be... And when you get attacked, they can do either a whole heart of damage to you or half a heart. And then you'll notice we've got 3 hearts. And then over here, there are actually a couple more as well. But they're locked for us. So maybe later we can get some more heart containers. Oh, that reminds me of Pandemonium too. I love this kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, we start off with 3. So we're a little bit fragile. But hey, it's only the beginning of our super adventure. So, yeah, let's wander around, and I want to show you basically what the game is like. We get more bunnies here. Killing the bunnies at the start, by the way, is actually kind of an interesting, cool thing, because, again, there is another Zelda reference here. Those of you who have played that game, I don't know. See, listen, okay, guys, I'm not a major Zelda fan, all right? Mostly, I've seen other people playing Zelda games, and when I was growing up, I never really experienced very much of that myself. However... Kokoros? The little cute things, right? I'm going to be pronouncing that wrong. But if you kill a ton of those in Zelda games, they can get kind of angry. Oh my god, it's already happened. Okay. They can get kind of angry and frustrated with you. And that happens here in Super Adventure Box 2. If you kill too many bunnies, you can spawn the Bunnado, which is genuinely terrifyingly dangerous and scary. They've just completely broken into a billion other bunnies. Wow. Yeah, you can spawn Bunnados. This only happens in a couple of very specific areas throughout the adventure. But listen, I want to show you all the hidden stuff, and we're going to do all the trivia. So I'm going to trigger all the possible Bunnados that it's possible to trigger in the game. And that's the first one. So we just slaughtered them there. Yeah, they become a giant tornado and start charging around with us. And yeah, we got to be a little bit careful. So, the way forward through the level is over there. You'll notice it's already actually quite big. But there are some other things we can do. Now, as you play, if you go to hidden special areas, such as up this tree, you'll find you can, like, platform on a lot of stuff. And it's nearly always optional, okay? But if we come up this tree here, you might find sometimes baubles. So when we walk into this, we go from 16 to 17. Huzzah. And if I open my inventory for the regular game, you'll actually notice here that these we can spend inside the Super Adventure Box for various things, okay? They actually are items going into our inventory that we walk into. I believe, if I remember correctly, this is the first time that Guild Wars 2 actually had a system whereby you could walk into something and gain an item as a pickup. That's, of course, done a lot in recent expansions and Living Wild releases, but this was the start of it. Look at the cool backgrounds over there. So, yeah, you can find baubles hidden around. One of the things that players will do, and I'm not... one of the only things I'm not going to do on this video series is one of the things you can do is get a special achievement for beating a level and getting all of the baubles at once. But that genuinely takes a long time, and I don't have perfect memory of everything, and I've already done those achievements, so we're going to go at a bit of a faster pace than that, than trying to collect every single one, because that's pretty painstaking and takes a lot of hours, which, yeah, you can see other guides online and things if you want, but that's the one thing I'm not going to do, but we will grab, you know, as many extra ones as we see as we travel. Another thing is, so there's a key. Look, a key on a rock. We pick up the key. We get 2 things. We can attack people with it. And it's got a representation of a blood spat there. That looks wonderful, doesn't it? And then there's also unlock. So if we press the skill 2 by taking a key to a chest, voila, we can open the chest up. And inside, you'll find different loot. Now, that does use the key up. And we'll have to find another key to open another chest if we find one. But look, we got a bauble out of that chest as well. So that's now 18 baubles that we've got now. That's very good. There is more hidden stuff here as well. This waterfall in particular, everyone knows you should always explore behind waterfalls. But as we walk into it, you'll notice nothing happens. Don't worry about that, though, guys. We will be coming back here very shortly to examine that waterfall a little bit more closely, and you'll just see how devious and sneaky and tricksy some of the secrets are in this place. So, like, there's so much, like, retro design involved here. Obviously, it's one giant celebration of retro design and retro gaming. So we get these snakes. I think they're called... Are they called Kaiser snakes? I don't actually know, but look, they got these little hats, so they shoot nukes at you, basically. And we're going to try and avoid those. I mean, we can kill them in one hit. It's a celebration of, like, old school design, right? Before the internet was really a thing, and game developers could hide stuff all over their games and get people really excitedly chit-chatting about them when they go to school the next day and have a conversation with their buddies about it. Or, you know, basically, you'd have video game guidebooks and hint books and cheat books that get sold that tell you about all the sneaky things that have been filtered in everywhere. I don't know how much that's really a thing these days, right? But I'm going to sound like an old man here, guys. It's going to be so sad. But I have a lot of good, strong memories of when I was quite young, going to school and discussing the games that I was playing at the same time as my friends, and we would talk about all the various hidden things that were in them. And I just wonder whether you get that experience anymore now that the internet's a thing and Google just resolves everything all the time. Say we get to kill these monkeys. Oh, they threw a coconut at us. Oh god, we actually took a bit of damage, but not too much. I wonder whether you really get that experience now that the internet's a thing and people just instantly Google stuff. It's like there's no mystery anymore, because mystery is unsatisfying to try and deliver when community hive minds just disseminate all that information. I mean, in a weird way, that's what I'm doing right here in this series for you guys. I'm about to show you all the hidden cool stuff in Super Adventure Books. So I don't know, but basically the devs of the Super Adventure Books just threw that out the window, and they said, do you know what, we're going to celebrate all that old design. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to hide a ton of things in trolly, interesting, cool areas, and we're going to let, even if it's only a few people, we're going to let people have that experience. So then, by the way, we picked up a green bauble. So green ones are worth a little bit more. Oh no, another coconut. I was trying to reposition this in my chair, god damn it. So yeah, we grab a green bauble there. They are worth a little bit more. They're worth 5, so we're already up to 31 here. And we killed a monkey and got a key, so I'm going to keep that key there. And hopefully we'll use that somewhere else. So far, so good, though. You'll notice that it's sort of linear so far, but it's a bit open world at the same time. As we progress along, it gets more and more open world and more, like, crazy in the different directions we can go. So it really will start to feel like it's Hollow world. Here we find a door, though. Check it out. Oh, look. And there's a little placemat there that I'm almost 100% says welcome. So let's head on in. And there you get the cool little transition. And we find a hidden shop, guys. Oh, a hidden shop. So, this shopkeeper had a big speech bubble, and he spoke to us. What happens if I press F on him? There you go. He's got his speech bubble there, which we can actually wander around. I really like this. Being someone who's actually used VR headsets, you find all kinds of interesting things people do with user interface, and this is like an augmented reality style stuff, and this is like not too far off. But yeah, so he's speaking, and most players aren't going to be able to translate that, right? They're not law nerds like I am. They won't be able to read that in real time. So if you actually look at the chat box down here, you can see that they translate it in the user interface for us. So the shopkeeper says, "At last, a customer! I'm eager for your business." And he has a very cool Sim-ish sounding, like, listen to the sound effect of the way he sounds as he speaks. Oh my god, it's brilliant. I am the kind of person that when I hear a funny or interesting sounding noise, this is only in recent years I've started to get like this, by the way, guys, but I feel like I have to mimic it in some ways. I must have like parrot blood in me. But the sound effects you hear in the Super Adventure Books of these guys, I always just find myself mouthing along to, trying to make myself sound like them. But anyway, so what do we got here? Well, he's selling things. What does this say here? Something out? I think the bottom word is actually out. So, some 4-letter word and then out. I don't know. I can't remember here. But anyway, what does he sell? So, first of all, we've got this on the bench. It's a 1-up. Grants an extra life. It costs 20 baubles. Are we sure we want to buy it? So, we'd have to spend 20 of our 31 already just to get an extra life. Well, I think we can play carefully and we'll try not to do that. So, we'll keep our 1 life. What else? He's selling a key, but we already have a key, so we don't have to worry about that. What's he got over here? This is a small health refill, and it restores 1 heart for us. So you'll notice we've already taken 1 heart of damage from all the coconuts that we've been hit with. So we could buy this and get some extra. So I'm actually going to do that there. So there you go, we buy it, we get the little Zelda sound effect noise here, and so here you can see on my skill 6, which is the heal skill in regular Guild Wars 2, you'll see that we now have a health potion. We've got 1. And this will give us our health back. But also, by the way, this is a stun break for us too. So if we get a coconut thrown at us and it knocks us down, we can drink that to break the stun. And then finally, you guys are all itching for it. What's this one in the middle? Let's see if I can grab it. So a digger. Dig anywhere for a 10% chance to find buried treasures. But it costs a whopping 100 baubles. So that's a hell of a lot. It's going to be a while before we get that, but that is a new item for us that we do definitely want. See, it's not just dig anywhere for a 1 in 10 chance to get a bauble or something, but also there's lots of hidden buried chests all around the SAB, and we're going to want this shovel to dig them up. This basically, once we get the shovel, we can start getting a lot more baubles a lot quicker, which allows us to get all the other upgrades too. So, unfortunately, we can't afford it. If I say yes, it says you don't have enough baubles to buy this item. That's a shame. So how do we get 100 baubles? That's quite a lot, right? Well, turns out there is something we can do in here. You see this bookshelf over here? You see this bookshelf with all these lovely books? Yeah, how about we smash it? And it spawned some cheese. Great. All right. Well, the cheese healed us, so it's like a potion on demand, right? But food won't stun break you, and obviously you can only get it from certain areas, while potions you can carry around anywhere you like. But yeah, we can actually go into his house, and we can press F on any of his stuff, pick it up, and just throw it around. And he says here, yeah, smash it. I've always hated that thing. And when we break stuff, it turns out that you can actually get, and we dropped our key there to do that. Let's put the key down over here. You can actually get baubles. So we throw that into the corner and we can smash all the stuff. We get baubles, or you can just straight up smash them with the stick there like that. You can carry furniture around. You can rob him blind. So basically here, what we're doing is right in front of this poor man, we're smashing his junk and we're taking his loot for ourselves. So there you go, and then we will give him those baubles back in exchange for the digger later. So, yeah, that's a start at least. We'll go on through. By the way, technically speaking, behind the scenes, what's actually happening here is when we walk up to the entrance of that door, it's teleporting us to a special hidden area, like under the map or whatever, and that's where the shop is. It's kind of cool. When you play multiplayer, you can see the nameplates of your allies when they go into the shops, and you can like see them through walls and stuff and figure out where the shops are. And usually the devs are good, but sometimes it's in really illogical, strange places. But oh my god, another Kaiser snake was attacking us there, so we gotta be careful. Let's grab him. So yeah, we want to beat these things up to get as many drops as possible. Here you'll notice what looks like kind of a cave here, but it's sort of collapsed in. Well, we'll have to come back to that later, but if you think that that's something special, you're absolutely right. It may well just be. So yeah, we got that. Let's go to this snake here as well. And yeah, we will just try and grab some baubles. You might immediately be thinking now, oh god, WP, is this gonna like be a really boring series where you spend ages just farming tons of stuff? And to that, I would say I understand the fear for that, but don't worry. Generally speaking, the most you have to farm, if you will, for baubles is right here at the start of the game. Because as soon as you get that digger, and as soon as you start beating levels, you start getting flooded with them. You'll notice later that basically the deeper into the adventure we go, the more baubles we get. Like any good action adventure, right? So there you go. We open a chest. Oh, what is this? This one's got a red bauble inside. The red bauble was worth 20. So there you go. We're at 60 out of 100 already, right? So using that key was very good. I'm glad we found the key earlier on the monkey nearby instead of buying it from the shop. But if we'd missed the monkey that gave us the key, then it doesn't look like I can really see anything else here. I'm getting random frame drops sometimes as well. I hope that that's not coming through on the footage. We'll have to check that in a minute. But yeah, so we got those baubles. Let's grab this one as well. Oh, there's some monkeys and things up there at the end of all of those trees. So let's just quickly go to those. So yeah, this is probably one of the smallest, most narrow of maps. And you're already kind of seeing that I can spend a long time just in these areas trying to get all of the baubles from them. And so later on in the game, if you can imagine, when these worlds get bigger, the zones get bigger and bigger and bigger, just how difficult that achievement is to get all the baubles in all the zones. It's like kind of nuts. I think so far we're on 100% progress though. So let's go through. I kind of like that we get to spend a while right here at the start of the adventure on the first level, though, because most of the time, when you become an experienced player, you spend so little time on this level. This zone, like, you just fly through it. You just go A to B to C, done, instantly. And you don't get to sort of enjoy the original level music. There's different music on every level, right? So what you can hear here, you will never hear again after we progress onwards. Oh, so here, check it out. Here's another new drop. This berserks us, and we do, like, double damage while we have that on us, so that's good. All right, there you go. All right, we're good. Moving on. Oh, I never even talked about it before. This is a checkpoint. Sorry. We stand on the platform. It's like an organ, right? We stand on it, it launches us into the sky, the walls come down, and we unlock the next area. So if I die now, and I don't want to because we only have one life, but if I die, we will come back here. Now, you notice how there's 5 platforms? That's for if you played with 5 people in multiplayer. You'd all have to get here. You'd all have to stand on one at once to unlock the next area, requiring that everybody goes through, right? So yeah, okay, it's starting to get a little bit scary now. These are pits of death. Doesn't matter how much health we have. If we fall down that, it's over. It's game over. So we've got to be very cautious. Make sure we don't mess up any of these jumps. Can we actually jump straight to that tree there? Oh, God, there's a monkey on the far side throwing stuff at us as well. Okay, we probably can't, so let's just go straight through. And, yeah, even though that's a little bit dangerous, they give us 2 checkpoints very closely sandwiched between. So, voila, we have that there. And we can go through there. There, you noticed I jumped on these little platforms. That's muscle memory for me. See, remember I told you about the ultra hard mode, Tribulation Mode? On Tribulation Mode, they fake all kinds of stuff. So this floor becomes a fake floor, and this just kills you if you go on the floor. So you have to actually jump onto these instead. One of the things that's amazing about Tribulation Mode is it takes the regular levels, and it makes you do all kinds of they feel like totally different levels, just because you have to do so many crazy different things to get through them. Anyway, so here's all these flowers. If I'd been a little bit quicker, you would have noticed that they were all closed up originally. And they've just bloomed. They've just opened. And when they bloomed and opened, there was some bee dogs, like the thing we were playing as before. And they grabbed pollen from the flowers and ran over here into this maze. So I'm going to try and be really quickly to show you. If we had been faster, I would have seen them. And we could have followed the bees through the maze. And it would have led the way. Luckily, I know the way anyway. There you go. There's one all the way over there. Can you see it? I'm so slow. My God. How long has this video been? I must be going super slow. But here, you see all these little bees? And they're flying off. They're taking baubles out of the flowers. And they're moving over here to their queen. So here is a mini boss. This is the queen bee dog. On every single... Oh, God. He's... Okay, we might actually die here. This could be really bad. I actually don't know how we're going to beat the queen dog. Hold on. We've got to kill these monkeys. Maybe. Okay, that monkey dropped some health for us, so we can grab that. We do have a single... Oh, God, he's throwing more bees at us. Okay, how are we going to do this? I literally just have a stick. I don't want to die. It's going to be really hard. On every single... Okay, we move away. On every single zone, there is a big hidden boss like this. And they're usually very, very healthy. This is going to be really hard. I don't know whether I can do this, guys. What's in this? Is it invulnerability? Is it damage? Oh, God, we're almost dead. I got to drink a potion. No, we died. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to have to go back to that boss later. Don't worry. We're going to have to go back to that boss later. We're out of lives now. So there you go. We come back to the checkpoint. Okay, we will come back to that later. We're going to have to explore a lot of this level again a second time. Oh, but then we get loads of baubles from it. I don't know. Should I try? I might have to try. I might try. We might go back. Yeah, let's go back. I'm going to try it. Okay, I'll see you guys at the other side of the maze in just a second. Alright, we're back. So we get 3 hearts. We're on 0 lives. We will get game over if we fail at this. So let's see how we do. Game over will send us back to... Well, I'll show you what happens if we get game over. I'm really expecting to get it. So there we go. We can hide here and the things won't hit us. Now they do the ballerina twirl. We hide away. We need to save our dodges. Okay, because, like, it is Guild Wars, right? So we can still dodge. We need to save our dodges perfectly. Oh, we just about avoided that. For when he does this. They're good. Obstructed. Oh, guys, we're getting it. We're getting it. We got to move away from that. She moves really fast when she does the twirl. Oh, my God. This ramp is amazing. Okay, move away from that. Good, good, good. I got an evade. We're actually doing it. We haven't even been hit once. Oh, okay. We got hit once. But she only needs like 3 more hits or so. Come on, stick. Oh, I said 3. It was more like 5. There we go. Nice. Oh, I'm really happy with that. I'm so used to having all kinds of upgrades and power-ups when I finally take her out. Oh, that's great. So, look, we got another 10 baubles straight off of her there. So, we're now up to 80. And if you look at what she was actually protected, if we come all the way here into this hidden area, you get the honeycomb. So, we can attack the honeycomb. And as we do so, you'll notice delicious baubles come flying off of it. There you go. Check it out. So, when baubles like this spawn, by the way, say baubles spawn when you kill an enemy, or as you break this, they do eventually despawn. They go away. They start flickering, and then eventually they'll disappear, as you would expect, right? So, you got to be kind of quick with picking them up. So, we get even more there. We're now up to 92. And we get even more there. We're up to 98. There you go. This is going to be it. We're going to be able to afford the digger now. That's great. Okay. And voila, there we have it. So you get all of these baubles here too. Nom 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 nom. Excellent stuff. Okay, cool. Right, I think that's. But so by the way, this whole area here with the boss, this is all like a bonus area. So we don't have to worry too much. Now that we've got that though, I think what we can do is nip up here, jump over. You'll see we're back near where the flowers were and the checkpoint. And I want to go back to the shop now, so it might be kind of hard, but let's go reverse through the level back to the shop. It shouldn't be too far away. I guess I'll speed it up. Let's see what's over there. Alright, we have returned. Having slain the queen bee, we have returned. So, the digger. Dig anywhere for a 10% chance to find buried stuff. Ta-da! More Zelda references. You obviously get that animation there. And voila, we've just unlocked another skill. Dig. It's nice, super basic, important ability here. And I'll show you what it looks like. We can dig. And it creates a little hole on our feet. And we have a 10% chance for that to do something. So let's try again. And sometimes you'll, like, dig up bunnies. Sometimes you'll dig up... Well, I don't know. What else is there? Baubles, obviously. So yeah, you could just kind of spam that. That might take a long time. However, there's another awesome thing. So if we come up here, I will show you. Okay, and we come onto this tree. You'll notice that, like, we can actually do a lot of climbing around on this tree. Now, in Tribulation Mode, you're kind of required to go up here. But what about for us in normal mode? Well, if you come over onto this, like, really remote cliff, sometimes you'll find, like, special little... Like, this doesn't feel like too much is going on here, right? But they've put, like, these little bits of debris around... And it just feels like a strange place to come. So if we come here and we dig here, because this feels like a special, strange place, you'll notice near where the debris is, you can find a secret chest. See? So the secret chest opens. Voila. And maybe there's one here as well. Are there 2 here? No, there's just the one. But yeah, we get a chest. And that gave us another 20 baubles straight away. So that's one. And in fact, right where you first ever buy the digger, you can get several of them. So... That's not how we get onto that. How do we get onto that? There's another one, like, up there. So, hold on. Let me go back up. Let's see. Okay, so let's try this again. I think we come right onto the... Here we go. Right from the top of the tree, we do the big jump. We make it. Then we want to come up here, and voila, there we go. And I'm pretty sure there's another chest here. So, boom, there you go. 20 more baubles. Excellent. Okay, very good stuff. Right. So, yeah, now you can see a little bit of how much stuff is genuinely hidden all around the game world. Were there any hidden chests maybe back earlier? I don't know. I'm just going to quickly go check. So, one thing I'm doing to help me with recording this, by the way, guys, is there is a community tool called Taco, which essentially helps you to and reminds you where all of the little secret things are. So, that's what I'm actually running to help me to show you during this series. So, don't let me pretend or pass off to be some, like, incredible person who's remembered absolutely everything. I am using something to help me out here. That's back at the start of the level. I don't think that we've got anything over there. I don't think there's any chests. So yeah, all right, okay, good. So yeah, there you go. We've got another 44. This shovel's nearly already paid for itself halfway. And I guess we'll just continue along and see what else we can dig up as the adventure continues. Let's go back to the next part of the level. Alright, okay, so having just scanned around and made sure that there's nothing that I'm missing over here, I think we're all good. This is not the last time we'll come back to this area of the world, so don't you guys worry too much. But yeah, there you go. Let's head on out. Away from the maze and under the trees, and let's go on, which is going to be over into that corner. Now, there's two ways to do this, by the way. You could climb around all on these trees and then jump over on the side there, but I'm going to try and get across the abyss a different way, and that's by following these hands. So the hands will show you where you want to go. In Tribulation, they actually attack you instead, which is kind of funny. Let's break that barrel there. Oh, look. Okay, so here we get invulnerability, which is great because we almost just got hit with a coconut there. So with invulnerability, we can take out these monkeys. Voila. And we'll be perfectly fine. We can jump on through this. Grab another barrel. Do we get anything? Okay, and this is the speed boost. So we run super fast with this. Using the speed boost, you see this big jump here? We can make that really comfortably and easily. Or... Oh, no! I tried to go the other way! Oh! Wait, hold on. I had 0 lives. Oh, I guess it just did a bit of damage to us. So falling down the pit doesn't take your life. It just does damage and resets you to the checkpoint. Oh, I thought we were going to get game over there. I kind of want to show you... Yeah, I'm actually going to show you game over, though. Here we go. We're going to jump down. This is the last pit of the level anyway. Okay? So here we go. This is what game over looks like. Oh god, I just messed up the camera really badly. So here, you only get a period of time, a small window of opportunity before these explosives and the lava and the walls come in and the swinging axe above us. And here's Moto in front of us, who offers to sell continue coins. So this costs 50 baubles, but we can pay our way to resume at our old checkpoint here. Okay? 50. So it's really expensive. If we run out of currency... We get hit, we get crushed, we get axed, we get burned, we get exploded, and we are kicked back to the hub, and you have to redo the entire zone again, as you see here, and this is the only way to get back in. So, yeah, you generally speaking really want to make sure you hold a lot of stuff, and here you can see we are kicked back to having just 1 life. I really want to show you that mechanic. Wait, obviously I've got to redo the level now. I really want to show you that mechanic now, though, because, it's going to be really frustrating to deal with later. And basically, the game's just going to spam us with continue coins. And we're never really going to run into that risk anymore. The devs also sold on the gem store. So you could use Tyrian gold to get gems, right? They sold an infinite continue coin for players. And the infinite one means that whole game over mechanic just goes away completely. Which kind of changes the Super Adventure Box from sort of an old school design thing where it's really punishing to fail to a more new school, dare I use the term, design where you will never fail ever, really. You'll notice that despite the fact we've been forced to redo the whole level here, we've still got our digger. We've still got our 54 baubles. That stuff is permanent. Once you get it once, that's it. You get to keep it for the character. But all the baubles and things we collected before, they're all back on the map. So we could use that to farm more if we really wanted. But yeah, I'm not going to. And in fact, I'm just going to rush now back to where we were. You'll see how easy that is and how quickly I get back. I'll be there in just a matter of a couple of seconds. Here we go. I'll show you. And voila, see, we're back. That was very quick, wasn't it? When you just go from A to B, very, very quick indeed. So let's grab these baubles. Let's not try to jump the other direction this time. Let's see what we've got. Now, there are more things we can do. There's a ton of monkeys in trees here. There's that slope over there, which, I don't know. Is there anything great about that slope? I really don't remember. I don't think there's any chests or anything for us to dig up there. Here we see another one of these mysterious-looking wall areas. There's actually a few of them that we've passed by that I didn't even talk about, by the way. But over here, no, there's another shop, actually. There's another shop on the corner. You can tell there's a shop because of this little window here. Whenever you see the windows and the lampposts, you can tell that somebody lives here. So he says, welcome. Okay, here we go. So another shop. Ton more urns for us to grab and smash. All right, I'm just going to charge through here. He seems to be stocking mostly food. Oh, we just smashed more books. I wanted to talk a little bit about those books, but whatever, we'll do that later. He's even got a picture of the princess on the wall, which we just destroyed. Aren't we on a quest to save the princess, maybe just a little bit? That seems kind of interesting. All right, so what have you got for sale? Well, again, you'll notice straight away, it does seem he has another item. What is this one here? So, he's got a whip. and it just says stuns foes. Now, we don't have to buy this now. If we don't want to get 150 baubles, because we've only got 80, all right, and that would be perfectly fair. If we don't want to get that, then we don't worry about it. All we have to do is just say, okay, that's cool, mate, and look out for that whip that may now be sold in future shops. Most shops sell, like, potions and lives and keys and other little things, but some shops will sell new items as we go forward. So we want to get a whip before we go too far into the future, because shops will eventually stop stocking that again, because it's more of like an early game thing. But yeah, so there's a whip, and I won't tell you what the whip does, because one of the cool things about that I've always, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here. One of the things I've always kind of enjoyed about Super Adventure Books though is like that mystery of, you see it there in the shop window, but you don't quite know what it does just yet. You get a vague description. Yeah, I mean, didn't it just say there it stuns foes, right? Like, obviously, that's cool sounding, but what more does it do? What's the animation like? How well does it stun foes? From what range does it stun foes? How does it actually feel to use, you know? That's, like, the exciting thing. And so, we'll have to wait to see what that's like. And sometimes you find stuff in shops that you really don't even know, like, how great it is or what it does. And it's like a gamble of buying it. I mean, everything you buy will be useful, obviously. But yeah, so the level ends with a small mountain here. If you remember from the world map, the whole idea is like we're constantly climbing, right? So yeah, we climb this small, I wouldn't call this a mountain actually. The whole thing really ends with a big mountain right now, which we'll get to many episodes down the line. But for now, I would say, what is this? More of like just a grassy atoll, maybe, that we're going to be climbing up here. Don't think I've missed any dig-uppable chests. Oh, here's another thing, though. Can we hit this? How does this work? I can't remember. There you go. Yeah, we strike it. The monkeys are doing this up there as well. And it's a mushroom that, like, tilts and falls. My God, these monkeys are so dangerous. Get away from me! My God, the chain knockbacks. That's insane. Oh, look, we get another pickup here. What's this? Oh, we get the rage pickup. We could have used that. But yeah, so we knock that down, and here it plants a mushroom, which is bouncy. Now, listen, if you guys play current Guild Wars 2, you've seen lots of bouncy stuff. There's all kinds of fun, crazy things that go on with the engine, right? But Super Adventure Books was the first time for the actual, you know, development that they added some bouncy materials and things like that. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. We grabbed that. And, yeah, so here we have Betty Bauble. Doesn't she look great, guys? Oh, look at her. She's got like a net here. She's looking wonderful. So if we speak to her, she speaks back. And she says, I already found all of the baubles. Why haven't you? Now, basically, she's a system that teaches us when we get to the end of the level if we have all of the baubles or not. Because people are going to play these levels and they're going to try and get the achievement where they want to get all the baubles in one run. So if you've missed any, she'll say this to you. I've already found all of them. Why haven't you? But if you've got all of them, she'll say something else. She'll be like, oh, congratulations, you got all of the baubles. And that lets you know before ending the zone whether you have it all done or not. And if you haven't got it done, you can go back and grab them all instead of being asked to redo the entire thing. Does that make sense? It's like a convenience thing for the players rather than anything else. Okay? So yeah, that's about that. And now we have the end of the level. So each level ends with a boss of some kind. And this is this one. I guess it doesn't start till we attack, right? You get to fight the cage. So you can see here, there's a shopkeeper hidden inside this cage here. I'm trying to get the camera to work right. But he's behind bars. And we got to break him out, so we're just going to use our stick to break the cage, but floating above it, I don't know, is this supposed to be Lord Vanquish himself? It's obviously a monster up there. He laughs at us, and he's got a laser beam, and he'll try and shoot at us. So you got to be very careful to try and avoid the laser beams as you break the cage. This is the very first boss, so he's very easy to fight. As we progress through the Super Adventure, he will slowly get more dangerous and do different things as we have to fight him under different circumstances. But for now, we just break the cage. Another little mechanic, by the way, when you get him to 3/4 health, when you get him to half health, and when you get him to 25%, right, 1/4 left, if you watch, you stagger him, you actually interrupt him. Look at that. See, he like hesitates. That happens every 25% of his health. And it's kind of nice because it buys you more time to keep attacking. Right now, all we have is a stick, so it's kind of slow to take this out. But later, we'll get more upgrades that do better. And voila! Check it out! We win the level! And he says, thank you for saving me. Here, I'll show you the way to a new place. We get a big chest with a ton of stuff, including a continue coin. We get a ton of baubles, and we progress on. Now we venture into the dark woods, where shadows loom. And Zone 2 begins. the music changes. And it gets a little bit darker, a little bit scarier. You notice you get a bonus chest here as well, with even more baubles. So we're up to 121 already. And we begin the level immediately with a shop and somebody selling, what do you know, a whip, which we can almost afford, actually. So that's great. One other thing you'll notice here, though, I got a bauble bubble. So what is this, you might wonder? Well, here, I will show you. Let's spend some baubles on some potions, okay? So we'll buy 1 potion. We'll buy 2 potion. 3. In fact, let's just spam as many as we can hold. How many can we actually get here? 4. 5. I think you can get 9. Maybe there's upgrades that give you more slots later. I think it's just this, right? So we're going to spend all of our baubles down now. Okay. And there you go. That's our 9th potion. I don't think we can get any more. Let's see. If we press F. There you go. It says you're not allowed to. Right. So we've spent tons of our baubles now, right? So if I go back to the hub, I will show you something. When you beat a level... This is new, by the way. When the Super Adventure Box was originally added, this did not exist, okay? But when you beat a level, you get big loot. You get a continue coin, which will save us from a game over. Brilliant. But you also get these bauble bubbles. A bauble bubble is worth a stack of baubles, or 250. Here you go, down here. So you can exchange 1 bauble bubble for 250 baubles. So we can grab those, and voila, look, I'm already up to 326 now. 326 just from beating the level. So... that is a new thing that's in the game, which I think is a developer oversight, really. And it kind of breaks all of the progression and stuff. So now with that, we can go back into the zone, a sneaky little tip here. And with our 300 bauble infusion, it kind of eliminates all the grind you might want to. So here we can start immediately on zone 2 now that that's actually unlocked. You notice this dialogue option wasn't available before, but now we get zone 2. And with 326, I'm pretty much guaranteed that I'll be able to buy that whip. We already have double what we need for the whip. We've got maximum potions. And I still have a spare bauble bubble sitting about in my inventory. So I think that that's a little bit of an oversight from the devs, but it's something people do these days to give them, you know, a quick leg up. And I guess I'll do it here as well. So we can buy the whip, which allows us to stun foes. And with the whip, with the digger, and a ton more secrets available for us, we're going to continue on into the level and get some other cool power-ups and upgrades there. Zone 2 will be next episode, though, guys. Thanks very much for watching. This took us an hour to talk about what SAB is, the hub, and level 1. Zone 2, I do not anticipate taking that long. But there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back for more of the Super Adventure Box playthrough next time. We'll also probably change our outfit as well for that.
Victory is ours!
Whoa, Rick, Brimstone!
Now, the journey continues with the Super Adventure Box.